For example, if you work for Brainovision for 3 years, okay? If you move to some other company, someone will come to your place, right? He need to understand, right? What you have created, what is the logic you have created. That is the reason. Two things you need to remember while working in a project. The primary thing is you need to follow the naming conventions. Second thing is you need to keep in comments. Whenever you're committing the code in GitHub or somewhere, you should give proper comments so that everyone can understand that logic is related to particular functionality. So these two things you should never forget while working in application development. Okay. The primary thing is naming conventions, and you should know how to work with Eclipse IDE efficiently. The secondary thing is you need to keep in comments while committing the code. If you give in comments clearly, this logic is specifically related to that particular functionality, so that in future, if there is any change on that particular functionality, we can search very easily based on the comments. That is the reason I recommend everyone to keep in comments when you are committing the code in GitHub. Okay, even we used to follow the same while working in different banking applications. When I was working in different banking applications or different insurance applications, we used to follow the same. That is the reason I request everyone to follow the same rules and guidelines while working in either you are practicing, either working in project. The same approach you need to follow. Let me go for another example. Then I'll explain you rules and guidelines to write a Java program. For example, I want to perform arithmetic operations. Right click on your package, new class called arithmetic. Let me create a main method. So arithmetic operations means what? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. If you want to perform these operations, you should have two values. If you want to have two values, you should have two variables. Let me create two variables. Here, int is a data type which stores integer type of data. Int a is equal to 45. What does it mean? A is a variable storing integer type of data. Value is 45. Int b is equal to 15. B is a variable storing integer type of data. 15. Like this, you need to understand. Now, int c is equal to a plus b. Int d is equal to a minus b. Int e is equal to a into b. Int f is equal to a by b. Now I want to display the values. I want to display the output. A plus b value is plus c. Here this plus is a concatenation operator. After printing the string value, the value of c need to be printed. Plus d. Plus e. A by b value is plus f. Save it and run it. Successfully it is going to be executed. Like this we are going to work. Clear? I hope you understood, right, how to write a basic Java program in Eclipse IDE. Can you please respond in chat box? Fine. Now I'll discuss naming conventions, rules and guidelines to write a Java program. We call it as naming conventions. Naming conventions, rules and guidelines to write a Java program. Rules and guidelines to write a Java program. First thing, whenever you are creating a class name, start with uppercase letter. For example, if you have two words while creating a class, every word first letter should be uppercase. Next, variable names. Start with lowercase letter. Method names start with lowercase letter. Interfaces, going forward, I'll discuss what is interface. Interface names start with uppercase letters. Constants, whenever you're getting some constant values, all are uppercase letters. All are uppercase letters. And package names, all are lowercase letters. So when you are practicing or when you are in development of any project, please follow this naming conventions. Please follow this naming conventions. It is clear, right? Fine. Now I'm going to discuss. We are saying that Java is an object-oriented programming language, right? We are saying that Java is an object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language. Whenever we are saying that any programming language is object-oriented, it should satisfy the object-oriented principles. If you are saying that any programming language is object-oriented, it should satisfy the object-oriented principles. Okay, so what are the object-oriented principles we are having in Java? Inheritance. Second thing is polymorphism. And the third one is encapsulation. Encapsulation. These are the three things we are having: inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation. These three things we are having. Okay, inheritance means reading the properties from one class to another class. In simple words, reading the properties from one class to another class. The advantage of inheritance is reusability, so that we can save time and memory. Okay, in simple words, reading the properties from one class to another class. Second point is advantage of inheritance is reusability, so that we can save time and memory. So that we can save time and memory. Okay. So how we are going to work with inheritance? Now I'll show you. For example, you have a class called A. We have some properties. Properties means it is a combination of variables and methods. It is a combination of variables and methods. Class B extends A. Whatever the properties we are having in A, we need to get into B. Whatever the properties we are having in A, we need to get into B. Okay. Now, types of inheritance. Types of inheritance. First one is single inheritance. Second one is multiple inheritance. Third one is multi-level inheritance. Fourth one is hierarchical inheritance. And the last one is hybrid inheritance. Totally, we are having these 5 types of inheritance. Okay. In simple words, single means only one superclass and only one subclass. In single inheritance, only one superclass and only one subclass. When it comes to multiple inheritance, I have a quick question here for you people. Does Java supports multiple inheritance? Please respond in chat box. Yes or no? Does Java supports multiple inheritance? Are you sure? Fine. So yeah, this is what I'm expecting. Like many people will say in interviews, Java does not support multiple inheritance using classes. So many people will say simply no. See, even a lot of people here also people are saying no. But the answer is Java does not support multiple inheritance only by using classes. Okay, but by using interfaces it will support. So even when I take interviews, right, even experienced people also used to say the same answer like Java does not support multiple inheritance, but that is not the right answer. You need to say like Java does not support multiple inheritance using classes, but it supports by using interfaces. Yeah, thank you. Here you can take a note. Java does not support multiple inheritance. So if anyone asks you, does Java supports multiple inheritance? Blindly say yes. How? If someone asks you how, then you should say like it supports by using interfaces, using classes. It supports using interfaces. Okay. Next one is multi-level. Multi-level means A to B, B to C. Next one is hierarchical. One superclass, multiple subclasses. I mean, once if you write the code, any number of times we can reuse the same code again and again. Okay. Hybrid inheritance means it is a combination of multiple and hierarchical inheritance. Since Java does not support multiple inheritance using classes, hybrid inheritance also does not support using classes. Okay. So with an example, I'll be showing you in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow, I'll be discussing about these object-oriented principles, abstract classes and interfaces. All these things I'll be showing you in practical approach. Once if you are good with some basics of all these things, I'll be discussing about the concept of React.js. Next 3 days, we'll be discussing about Java basics and React.js as per plan. Okay, fine. Now I'm handing over to the team of Vision. Tomorrow I'll continue.
Thank you, Madhu sir, for the incredible session.
Yeah, thank you.
And I also thank everyone for attending this session. Now let's go with the doubts and feedback